Hello everyone, this is take 2. We were just so excited talking about all the miracles and all the journey that these two beautiful people have taken to be all the way here, right now. My name is Paola and we are here at Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. It's a beautiful day and we are talking about the miracles, how I got my miracle, well how they got their miracle. And so this is Jeff and Stacy from Colorado. And thank you so much guys for saying yes to this. I am very honored that you guys are here and that they're willing to share their experience. And as you probably heard in other Facebook Lives with other people talking about the miracle, it's hard to put it into words. Or it's a challenge sometimes to put it into words. But you probably will sense their energy behind their words. So, well, first we were talking about how Jeff got here, so if you don't mind saying it one more time. How did you discover about Rythmia? Because you mentioned an amazing synchronicity there. So please go ahead and tell us about how.
Thanks for having us. So I was here in October, and I had a friend who had done ayahuasca about 5 years ago in Peru.
Right.
And he had talked to me about it, and so it really got me interested in it. And then I reached out to another friend who was also familiar with it, and he referred me to Rythmia. He hadn't been, but he had a friend who had recently gone. And so what was really fun about it is he connected me with that friend, and I asked her how she liked the experience, and she just went off. She just said how great it was and that she loved it and highly recommended it. And then it turns out that I actually knew her, and we both knew her. We grew up in the same area and everything, and had hung out times before. And so I booked my trip and I was out here a week later.
Yeah, just 1 week.
Yep, came out here a week later.
Amazing. And so were you a little scared, making the decision? Were you sure, like, this is the way that I want to go about this? Yeah,
I was definitely nervous a little bit because it was just new. It was out of the comfort zone. But it was really fun, and you guys say this all the time, but as soon as you book the trip or start thinking about it, it starts going into place.
Yeah.
Things start happening. And it did. It just felt right, but then I got on the plane and landed in Costa Rica, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing, and how did I get here? But the staff was so amazing. You show up at the airport, they're waiting for you with a sign. They've got your names, they remember you, and then getting here to Rythmia, the staff that checks you in is just so welcoming and warming, and then everyone who is leaving, who was just here that week, has a smile on their face and they're so happy.
Yeah.
So, nervous, anxious, excited, all of the feelings, but also comfort,
That's
still
beautiful.
feel comfortable.
Yeah, definitely here we try to create a very safe space for people because we know it's a big decision and it's going to be the week that changes the rest of your life. So what did you say when he's like, I'm going to Costa Rica in a week?
I said, you're doing what? And then he sent me a paper to read about what the plant was. And then I read it and I still was like, what? But I trusted him and I knew he wanted to go, so. So he went.
And so you said before that from the moment you got on the phone for the first time with him, he was here, he called you.
After the first night he called me and I could just already sense happy in his voice, and he was so excited.
Yeah.
And happy. I don't know, peace. I don't even know what the word is, but.
Yeah, there was a vibration that it was high, you can sense it. Beautiful. It already changed. And when he got home,
I could just see it in him, his smile, his white teeth, his white eyes. He just was happy.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And that week you were able to sleep okay, you were able to just trust and relax?
Yes, for sure. After he called me every single day and told me how good it was, and it was relaxing.
And did at any given moment you said, oh my God, I want to do this too?
I don't think I was there yet. No, not until I had he came home and I felt him and I don't know, just was around him, and then I was like, I want what you're on.
Right?
Whatever you're on.
Whenever you're on, I want that
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah.
All right. And so you went back home, and did you already knew being here that you wanted to bring her, or?
Yeah, because so I had come on my birthday in October,
Okay.
and I remember that day, and it was special. It was a lot of confirmations, a lot of things that I had wanted, but I had a really good new starting point that I was really excited about. And so I wanted to share the same thing with her. You know, that last ceremony, Thursday night going into Friday, is so special. And when I was there in ceremony, I loved it, but at the same time, I wanted her there really bad, you know? And so I wanted to share that same experience because it was so special for me.
Amazing.
So planned that out.
Yeah.
Got her out here.
And so you said, we're going for your birthday.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, at first he's like, I want you to go. And I was like, okay. But then we're like, no, we want to go together. We want to
Okay.
bond together.
All right. So I want to know, did the medicine next to each other, or were you decided to do it in different parts of the room in the Maloka?
Yeah, we did it on opposite parts because you guys recommend that.
Yeah.
And at first, I thought I might want to be by her, but she actually wanted to be away. And so it was the way to do it for sure. Give her own space, her own experience, me as well. But the environment in the Maloka is so comfortable and so safe feeling that you can do that. You know, I felt okay knowing that the shamans and the helpers were all taking care of her, and I had experienced that my first time.
Yeah.
So it was comfortable being able to know that she was away. But on Thursday night, we sat by each other.
Yeah. You were ready to do that.
Like, we're sitting by each other.
Yeah.
Amazing. That is so good. And so I want to go back just a little bit for your first experience, because this is your second visit. So if you could explain it the best you can, what's the difference between the first time and now this time?
Yeah. So the first time, very trying to think about this, right? Very personal and internal. You know, very focused on myself. Very much making sure that sense of self-love was what I was looking for sure. And my experience this time was great because I think it was JJ that said this, but the first time you come, you're kind of cleaning out a big messy closet. You're just getting all of the mess out of there and you're cleaning it out. The second time you're going back and you're cleaning the cobwebs and you're vacuuming and you're tightening all the corners and you're making it, you know, even more clean. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this time because I was building on my first week and really able to be intentional with details of things that I wanted.
Beautiful. And in the first time, were you shown who you become?
Yeah. That was a special experience. That was really, really magical. So I went through that process, show me who I had become, and then I was in the hammock. This is where it happened for me. And it was very visual, which I really enjoyed because I am a visual learner in person.
Okay.
But it was in October, so it was rainy season, so the clouds were always passing by, and I was watching the moon go over and the clouds going, and I saw myself in the womb, as a baby, and it was amazing. And then was able to heal my heart, you know, was able to get that feeling of, you know, coming back together with your inner child and yourself, and, you know, felt good.
That is
awesome.
Beautiful. So you definitely got your miracle.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, when we address the topic of the miracle, here we go with 3 intentions. The first intention is to show me who I've become. After I separate it from myself because of life circumstances, we create this personality, and then we just forget that we're more than our personality, that we're this innocent child. And then we also go with the intention of merge me back with that inner child, which is your soul, and then heal my heart. So you got the 3 of them, and then you go back home feeling amazing, and then you bring your goddess here. And how was your week?
It was really good. Mine was not as visual, but it was more of a feeling. And the 3 intentions, they have them up when you're laying down on the board. And I knew I completed them when they literally turned blank. I couldn't even read the words anymore. I'm like, that was mine. It was my sign. I got them all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
But it was, it wasn't as visual, but it was very good feelings.
Love that. So, and this is great that you guys are saying that you know you're a visual learner.
Yeah.
You're more probably kinesthetic and intuitive, like you feel things.
Yes, feeling.
Some people are more auditorial, where they get this download of like a voice telling them something. So it's different for everyone. Yeah. And so, what would you say for you was the one thing that, I mean, I know everything's been so special, but the one thing that is with you, whatever it is that you want to share, what is the most special thing you've gotten or remember this week about you?
Oh, well, I think we came with an intention. Well, I say we. I came with the intention, not to heal the marriage, but to grow it. If that's bond it. Yeah.
Tighten it.
Yeah. So that was my intention the whole week, and I don't know how to. I just said it worked. I don't know.
It worked. You feel.
I feel it. Yeah.
A level of intimacy that is beyond.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's so beautiful. You feel it too.
Yeah. So we've been married for 9 years.
Okay.
We've been together for 13, and so we've been through. Marriage and life it's ups and downs, right? And we've had those ups and downs, and the experience of bonding here is unmatched. You can't get that sense of bonding anywhere else. You really can't.
Yeah.
You could go to a beach resort and sit on the beach and hang out in the ocean, which is great. But this is so different. This is so special.
Yeah. So definitely recommend it to other couples.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. And the beauty is that here you're opening your heart. You're cleaning up home.
Yeah.
And when you do that and you do that, then you meet in the middle. It's like it's a celebration.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to fix me or you have to resolve me.
Yeah.
I'm resolving myself. You're resolving yourself, and then we encounter each other as a whole. Beautiful. And you guys have children.
Yes.
Right? How old?
2 boys. We have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Amazing. So how do you feel as you go back home about parenting? Is there any insights that you've received about it?
I'm excited for them to just see us be more loving together.
I'm just gonna hug them.
That's so good.
Yeah.
2 and 7, and that age is like so magical for children.
Yes.
And for you to learn from them.
Oh,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So, what about you? What was the thing this time that you were like, I know you explained it with JJ's metaphor, but how did you do deeper cleaning this time? If there's one thing that you would like to share with us.
Yeah. I had an experience on Wednesday that I wasn't expecting. So Monday and Tuesday were very kind of expected in the way where I was coming in open, trusting whatever experience I got, but had also things and intentions and stuff that I wanted to work on. Okay. But on Wednesday, at the very beginning, after the first cup, almost immediately, I could feel, okay, something's going on. I'm going to be working on something here soon. And I just remember, it was something that had happened in high school, just as a young kid. Right. Just being bullied. Just a small thing, wasn't ever big, and something that I had maybe remember every few years, kind of, you think about it, but hadn't thought about it in years. And it came up, and I was able to work through that and get it out, and I wasn't expecting it. And it was something that may seem kind of small, but it ended up actually being something that was holding me back, just in
Right.
small ways, you know,
Right.
whatever they might be. And
That's amazing.
didn't expect it, but was amazing. It was really, you know,
Yeah.
I loved that experience.
Yeah. It's interesting because she would bring, when I say she, the medicine, the Mother Ayahuasca will bring things that you're like, I didn't know that I even remember that. Like it's stored there and it made an impact. And as an adult, we say, oh, well, that's a little thing. But for the child you, that was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And that's why we build these personalities, where we become protective, or we don't want to, I'm not saying this is you, but in general, we don't want to take risk, or we don't want to expose ourselves too much because we're still fearing that we're going to get bullied like we did when we were children. So that's huge.
Yeah, it was a big one. That was so small. That I thought was so small.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't expect that at all. I didn't come in thinking about it at all.
That's so good.
But you just feel lighter.
Yeah.
Just a small thing. It's like, I don't know who said it this week, but it's like taking little boulders off your back. Just taking them out of your backpack, you know, just one at a time. And some of them are in there that we don't know. That we've forgotten about, but they're there.
They're there.
Yeah.
Amazing. And so when you went back home in October, now it's been how many months?
Almost 6.
Almost, 6 months.
Yeah. Did you start a practice, a self-care practice? Did you already have one and got better?
Yeah, I already had one and was able to continue that same practice, but being more intentional. You know, a lot of it, because a lot of it is that voice in our head, right?
Yeah.
It's that voice in our head, and so what has really helped me at Rythmia is gaining that awareness and more consciousness of that voice and having a good relationship with it, right? Where it's constructive.
Yeah.
And so that added to my daily practices and things that we do on a regular was a bigger impact for me because I stacked that on top to now where up here is really important, you know, how you're talking to yourself.
Right.
You know, that voice is when you have something that you say in your head or that voice says something and you're aware of it and it could be a negative thought or something that's not helping you, addressing that and having that conversation, you know, has been super helpful. So that added to meditation has been probably the most helpful thing, I'd say.
Yeah.
You know, the continuation of the exercise and the eating healthy and taking care of the body.
Yeah.
But that has been added to it.
Yeah,
And that's
the
an
awareness.
The awareness. You know, just being aware of us and how we treat ourselves.
Beautiful. That conversation in our heads is the most important conversation we'll ever have.
We have it all day, from the moment we wake up.
That's crazy, yeah. It's beautiful. What about you? What do you know is going to be more intensified, or what would be your focus as you go back home in terms of self-care? Do you already have a routine that you want to continue, or do you want to change a couple of things?
I definitely want to add more of like meditation or just like alone time. Just because having kids is busy,
Right.
or you just don't have like quiet time as much. So I want to add a little more of that to my schedule
Beautiful.
or routine.
Yeah, especially for moms, because the nature is saying, well, give and give, and you know, sometimes the paradox is like, for you to be so given, you need to give to yourself first.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's going to be amazing. That's going to be a great example for your friends that are moms too.
Yeah.
Can you share your experience about hugging this week? If you can articulate it. This is so her.
Okay.
Yes, I like that you brought that up.
I just feel like I've been taking hugs from everyone instead of giving them. So I'm excited to go, and I don't know. I was feeling bad for myself for taking all these hugs from everyone, but I had experience or thoughts about like healing with me and my mom, and I was like, I was sad, but it was actually her that was sad. I was like, I need to give more hugs to everyone.
Yeah.
And she says that it was so funny when she told me that, because she's the most selfless person. And she is the hugger. She is the person in the neighborhood. She just showed me a text that she got. There was someone who moved into our neighborhood that needed help. She was a single mother, right, with a kid, and didn't have resources for food and clothes. And she never told me this. I didn't know that she did this until today. But she put a bag together of clothes and stuff and brought them over to her, and they sent her a picture that, saying thank you. So that's what she does. She's selfless and always serving. And so it was funny that she said she takes hugs because she's the giver. Like she's constantly giving. So it was ironic that she said that.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, givers are not great receivers, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Amazing. This has been such a wonderful conversation. I just want to honor those of you that are online, just to say hi to you. I see Aria, Azi, hola Paola, hola Aria. Joe, L Flowers Morrison, I know who you are. Hi. John said a flower. Maria Otramba, so happy to see you again, Paola. So happy that you got online. Deborah, hello. Danielle, oh yay, from Tampa. Gina from Alabama. Mindy from New York. So many people online. You guys, your message is getting out there in the world. Isn't this beautiful? Indiana, Melinda got 3 children. Okay, Melinda, if you want to become the best mom in the world, come to Rythmia. And not because you're going to be great to them, it's because you're going to be great to that inner child, and that consequently is going to make you great with your children. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
The best parenting is to learn how to parent ourselves first. So thank you, Melinda. And Beth, she's sending love from New York State. Beautiful. I see another comment, maybe one more. Oh, wow, so many. Laura, what are we talking about here? Laura, if you got online a little later, we're talking about how they got their miracle here at Rythmia, and they just shared this beautiful transformation and journey that they had. So if you came in late, I encourage you to go back at the beginning of the video. Thank you, says Kara. Mindy says hi. Beautiful. Bridget from Canada, Gina, amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for saying yes to sharing your story, for inspiring these people to do the same, and for couples. This morning I was thinking that like so many couples, they love each other, but because we don't have access to this knowledge, or because life is so busy, we don't give ourselves permission to take time to evolve, like you said, to grow the relationship. Yeah. So is there anything else you would like to say?
No, just that thank you. Thank you, and thank you to everybody that's put this together, and the facility and everything that you guys have here, the shamans, the space, the food, the environment, the culture, the community. It's so special, and I'm extremely thankful for it. So thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Do you want to say something?
No.
Just thank you. So much gratitude. That's more than enough. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next Saturday in another I Got My Miracle. Goodbye.